accomplished.
So these unarmed civilians were being shot right in front of your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point you said, enough, and you asked your men to train their guns on the American soldiers who were doing this.
Yes, sir. We didn't have any choice. You know, we'd tried to, I don't want to say be nice and friendly, but, you know, we'd ask, and we'd just kind of like a pinned animal, I guess, in a cage. It's the only way I could think of to get it to stop. And if that's what it would take, that's, you know, what we'd have to do.
Were you prepared to open fire on fellow American soldiers?
Yeah.
You were?
Yes. I remember that day I said, well, are you going to spend the rest of your life in jail? I thank God to this date and a lot of days in between that everybody played it cool and nobody started shooting, because I'd really hate to have that on my conscience. But it was something, you know, we didn't volunteer to do. It was only the only way out, and I felt we had to take it.
You said in one of the reports that a lot of the girls didn't scream too much because they had already had their tongues cut out. A bayonet can kill two real quick if they're pregnant. This is bestiality on an unbelievable scale, isn't it?
There's a lot of bad things going on. Somebody, I guess, who was actually lucky that day is one who just took a round right through the brain. Because there was a lot of evil in these.
How do you carry around the memory of that for 36 years?
I went for a long time and just didn't say anything. And most of the time I'm thinking about it now, I'm talking to a class of students, and if I can reach one person in that class and make them think to do the right thing, it'll be worth it.
Do you have any explanation for why, presumably previously normal people, could have butchered their way through over 500 unarmed civilians on that day?
I blame the number one cause is bad leadership. Negative leadership, bad leadership.
But these people killed with their hands, didn't they?
Some of them did.
They killed with their bare hands, and they killed with bayonets, and they raped and they murdered.
Mm-hmm.
How do you explain soldiers doing that?
One thing, the leadership that allows them to do it, negative peer pressure, prejudiced, fear. Not everybody on the ground that day took part in it. We put, I think, somewhere around 190 people on the ground. Only somewhere between 13 and 18, I've been told, actually took part in what was going on. The others didn't do anything to stop it, just kind of turned the other way. You know, you knew what was going on. You could follow where the squads went. This part over here is, you know, just a normal village. This part over here, you know, looks pretty bad.
When you got it to stop, when you threatened your fellow U.S. soldiers and you got it to stop, you called in assistance, you called in a gunship, you managed to get some children out, didn't you? Some survivors out.
Some civilians, there were children with them. There was old men, old women. And I remember the one little girl, you know, she was hanging on to her mama's knee. I guess, I don't know how she was, probably 4 or 6 or something like that. Got them out, and I didn't think there was about 3 people in that bunker. I could only see 3. And when they started coming out, reality started coming in. Yeah, what in the world am I going to do with these people? I can't leave them here. They're going to die. I can't get them out of there. I don't have the capability of my aircraft. So that's when I called a friend of mine in and asked him to, hey, do me a favor, get them out of the area.
You got them out, and when you flew back to headquarters, what did you do then?
I was very mad.
You were crying, weren't you?
Yeah, probably. I was screaming, and people who outranked me, and I just, lost it totally, and just told them, you can't make me fly. I got wings back then to show that you're a pilot. You wear a set of cloth wings, and they're sewn onto your uniform.
You wanted to leave the service?
I told them I'd rip my wings off and never fly again because I won't take part in this. And there was an investigation. I thought something had been done.
But it was a whitewash because the official Army report, the first Army report, proclaimed a great victory and said 128 enemy dead, only 1 American casualty. But they already knew better than that because they had your evidence, didn't they?
Yeah. The brigade commander had mine. And possibly higher than that. I cannot remember.
Everyone lied, didn't they? All the commanders who were on the ground with the troops lied.
Well, my commander didn't. he reported it, because...
Colonel Henderson, who was on the ground, submitted a report in late April saying about 20 civilians had been killed inadvertently. That was a straight lie, wasn't it?
Yes.
And Captain Medina lied as well. And admitted later in the end that he had lied. This was the man you had seen shooting a girl.
Well, his scenario when he was in his court-martial, they believed his scenario rather than mine, I guess, at the time.
You stayed 13 years in the service after that. It wasn't the same, though, was it, for you?
As fast as it came up after the court-martial, it died down.
But you were ostracized for a while, weren't you?
For a while. But
you'd go into the officers' mess and everybody would disappear?
Yeah. That's it when it first broke, and people didn't know the facts, and they forgot all about it very soon after it happened.
But personally, you paid a heavy price in terms of depression, didn't you, over the years? A lot of nightmares that you went through. 4 marriages.
Well, there's been multiple marriages.
It's been hard for you to carry around, hasn't it?
No. No, it's life, You just got to do it, Life goes on.
Can you ever forgive the people who did that?
No. Nope, I can't. I don't think I'm man enough to. Because I know the pain and suffering that they inflicted for no reason whatsoever. There was no threat. There was no enemy. Now, they might have all grown up to be enemy, but that's not what a soldier does in any country. It's just not.
And when you think of those who walked away from it, got on with their lives, had children, set up businesses.
They got to live with themselves. I imagine some of them don't have an easy time. I'm okay with what I did. I just, I know the unnecessary pain and suffering. I know how fragile a human life is.